What's up, guys? Welcome back to Keto Rewind. I am Jess, and today's video is going to be about my current fitness goals. So we talked about like the nutrition wise of the new weight loss journey, my new approach, my comeback, whatever you want to call it. So we've talked about the food aspect, but there's also part 2, which is the fitness journey. Now, I am ready to go for a long walk. It's currently only 87 degrees, so that's like the perfect time to get a workout in, because it will go up to 102 degrees Fahrenheit by the end of the day. So I tend to work out in the morning. Now I am doing I don't have any formal programs. I'm just going to be doing what I want to do. And I can always make it an official program, you know, make sense of it all down the line. But for right now, we're getting started, and I'm going to do exercises both, obviously I'm going for a walk, but when I come back in my gym, just basic body weight exercises, obviously lose fat, and I want to grow muscle. So I'm calling it a fitness journey because the goal is to change the inside of my body and push it and see what it can do. On the outside, it will get better, but I'm not as concerned. I'm more concerned at growing lots of muscle, you know, supporting my bones, embracing this new chapter of my journey. And by combining the new approach to my diet and the new approach to my fitness goals, you know, I'm going to be in a good place. So, but I have to start somewhere, and this is the beginning of something, and I will change and tweak things as I go, but the main goal is there's never going to be a perfect time to work out or to change up your diet, or, you know, the stars are never going to be aligned for that. So do it now and don't wait. And just because you may not be an expert or know it all doesn't mean you can't start, and just take little steps at a time, because those small little steps make you go up that, you know, mountain, and eventually you'll be at the top. So I am going to put my hair up in a ponytail, put some shoes on, and go get a walk in. And then I'll meet you back when we get to the garage home gym. And I'll show you what I'll do. And by the way, I'm bringing my water with electrolytes because I'll be super sweaty and yucky when I come back. But that's why you don't work out with makeup. It would literally melt off. So anyways, I'll be back in a few.
One eternity later.
All right, I am back from my walk. I've got sweat dripping everywhere down my arm as I'm holding my camera here. But as you can hear, my lawn guys are outside mowing, and I don't have time to wait on my workout because I got stuff to do. So I will film the garage workout, my beginner routine and all that in a separate video. I managed to get 4 miles in this weather. So the only reason I came home is because I was out of water, and that is crazy when you're glistening and there's this much heat. So I decided just to come home and play it safe, and when the weather gets better, I'll be able to do the 5 miles. So 4 miles is still good in my book. I moved my body, I feel great. Walking is like seriously my best medicine to calm the crazy. So anyways, since the mowers are going in the background, we'll change plans, and I'll show you what I had for dinner last night. Okay, so this recipe is going to be some meatballs. These I've made many times on my channel. It's basically the same recipe. You can use ground turkey, ground beef, you know, combination, you know, whatever you want to do. So in this video, I'm using a ground turkey, which is 15% fat, 85% lean protein. And I'm going to add 2 eggs to this big bowl. I like to make a bunch of these up at a time because meatballs make good snacks. They make good, just easy keto, low carb, high protein sides that you can easily just reheat. So that was some Parmesan cheese and some salt. And I believe I started with 3 pounds of ground turkey, so that's why it looks like there's a ton. But there's no sense in making like 3 meatballs. You know, make a big batch if you're gonna make them, and then easily use these for meal prep and stuff. So that's onion powder. I should have used my granulated onion, but it's what I had. And then lots of garlic powder. Again, I'll put the recipe for meatballs down below. But they're super easy. And also lots of Italian seasoning that just gives it just a little something. Mix it around. I find using hands is just the best method. And it gets a little sticky, but you know, it's all right. It still will turn out just fine. So I like to use an ice cream scoop to make them somewhat portioned out evenly. So you can even spray your ice cream scoop with some avocado oil to make it come out easier, but mine seems to be doing fine like that. And I'm gonna form these into balls once I have them all measured out. So this way they look prettier. Right now they're pretty unsightly. But the main thing is I'm just using that scoop to get them all the right size so that when it comes to like macros and stuff that they will be, you know, the same. So I got like 3 nights of meals out of this for my family. So that's a real easy way to make something up ahead of time. So meanwhile, let's make the sides that's going with it. I took a bunch of peppers. I had a bunch of peppers in general in my fridge, so that's what I had. This same medley will work with any combination of vegetables. But being that I had the peppers on hand, we went with a pepper and onion and broccoli medley today. But it's just fun to be able to switch it up with whatever you have. So that was 1 orange pepper and 1 green pepper. And then I had a broccoli here. And when you're doing it all in one pan, you want it to cook evenly. So you want to try and make your broccoli chunks a little bit smaller so that it cooks those at the same time, so that you don't have like hard broccoli and burned peppers kind of thing. So just make sure they're around the same size. And I'm also going to do an onion. My kids right now are obsessed with like roasted onions. So gonna have that for them. And, well, I mean, I love it too, but I'm just saying in general. But with onions, you want to make the pieces a little bit bigger because they cook quicker. So just a rough chop for those is all I needed to do. And there's the veggies, and I'm going to do 2 tablespoons of avocado oil on the broccoli, and then 2 tablespoons combined, divided up evenly over the peppers and onions. And that just controls, instead of just dumping it in the pan, I can control how much fat I'm adding to it. And then I'm going to season it up with some salt and pepper. And then salt and pepper to taste. I'm using a really fine grain of salt, so it looks like I'm putting a ton on here, but it's a super fine grain. And it's just so that each piece gets coated evenly. When I've used thicker or coarser grains of salt, I swear it would be like just too much. So mix it up. I use my hands. It's the best way to do it. Just make sure that oil gets on the broccoli evenly so that it gives a nice crispy finish. And then the peppers and onions, I was trying to be type A and keep them separated. So put it in the oven at 400 degrees for around 25 minutes. And at the same time, our turkey meatballs are done. I stick a little probe in there to make sure the inside is 165, and there is the finished product of the turkey meatballs with a side of roasted veggies. And then I'm going to use a sugar-free ketchup to dip my meatballs into, and yeah, so I'll show you the finished product. I did 2 turkey meatballs. It was like a ½ pound of meat or something raw. So that was plenty and super filling and so delicious. And I just cracked some fresh ground pepper over it when I was done and squirted 2 tablespoons of ketchup. This is the next day. We have turkey, boar's head turkey, slice of cheese, and a little bit of mayonnaise and a ¼ cup of blueberries. Yep, those are blueberries. Okay, so tonight we're doing kind of like a steak and cheese, deconstructed. So I have 1 red pepper, 1 green pepper, 1 orange pepper, and a ½ of a purple or red onion. So I'm gonna saute this in the pan, and then I'll be back for the next step. And as the pan is sizzling, I'm gonna season up my vegetables with a little salt and some garlic powder and some fresh pepper. And next up I have 1.5 pounds of boar's head roast beef. I diced it up and then I'm just gonna run that through the pan to warm it up. I'm sipping on a mango bubbly. I love this one. And when it's all said and done, I'm also gonna add about 1 piece or 1 slice of cheese per person and have it on the top. So I'll be back when it's time to add in our meat. Next, I'm going to add a little garlic powder and salt to the roast beef, and just cook it through, get it warmed up. I'm going to preheat my oven and put the broiler on. Okay, now at this point I added the peppers back into the bowl. I'm going to mix it all together, and then I'm going to place it in the little oven-safe dishes. My husband wants provolone and me and my girls want American, so I just sprayed it with a little avocado oil at the bottom, and then I will top it with cheese. Alright, there's the finished product after coming out of the broiler. All melty and gooey and crispy and, you know, so good. So, yummy. And thanks for watching.